Hello, I'm Zara, an employee engagement representative here at Allianz UK. It's half-year results day and I'm delighted to be joined by our UK CEO Colm Holmes to discuss the numbers and business highlights. So thanks again for inviting me, Colm.
Not at all. Thank you for inviting me. 2 years in a row. Let's hope we get it right?
Well, indeed. So, Colm, we've reported an increase in profit and improved core, which suggests a good start to the year. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, of course, it's been a great start to the year. Profits are up by 28%. Year on year, given the growth in profits in Q4 last year, first half of last year, a 28% increase is very impressive. And I think the teams have done an exceptional job in focusing on not losing margin in what is a very difficult trading market that we're in right now. Your markets are incredibly soft, way softer than I think any of us expected. You still got inflation in the market. That's still a real concern for us. That's, it's stubbornly higher than we'd all like it to be. There's a lot of geopolitical uncertainty in the market. So in working through that, of course, I'm incredibly pleased with what our people have delivered. It's an exceptional set of results again. But tinged with that concern, as we saw with the top line, that we always chose to be disciplined around growth. I'm not a premium junkie. Anybody who knows me knows that's not what I'm about. I believe in strong, sustainable growth year over year, maintaining that margin, ensuring that we earn the right to build on our business rather than you just acquire that right. And I think the business has performed very well. And, but it's been a difficult half year because, we know we had to make decisions around ensuring we were fit for purpose going into the future. We know the market has changed. So all of these are feeding into our business and how we operate. And it was important that we remain competitive, we remain disciplined, and we make fast decisions. This is a tough trading market. I believe that you've got to make fast decisions. You've got to be where your customers want you to be. And that's what we're very focused on. It's expanding our distribution, expanding our footprint with regards to products, expanding the channels that we work in, expanding the brokers that we interact with. And I think the teams have done an exceptional job, not just in the first 6 months of this year. This has been built over a couple of years.
Excellent. So you've mentioned changing customer and market dynamics. How are we adapting and what have been your highlights so far this year?
There's been a lot of highlights. The first thing, funny enough, I'd point to is the work that's been done by our transformation and our IT people. And not often do I start conversations by highlighting the work that IT and transformation do. But I think they're doing an exceptional job. You look at, we've been spending over £200 million a year on transformation for a number of years. There's still more to come. That's being delivered. And we're seeing the benefit of that in... we're much more productive than we used to be. Our quote rate is increasing. And it's only going to get better. The bulk of this delivery takes place in the second half of this year and into 2026. So this is the very start of what we've been building for quite some time. And we will become, our goal is to be the most efficient, the fastest trading relationship insurer in the UK market. And we set ourselves those targets. And I'm delighted that we're delivering on them. And the amount of work the team is doing is exceptional and couldn't be more pleased about it. I also look at, we set out as a target to expand our distribution. We've recently announced the Sainsbury's transaction. We've announced Volkswagen as a new partnership. These are massive deals that we've done. And these are deals that, you won't see them until, well, actually, it'll take 12 months before you see the full impact. But there's much more in the pipeline. So we were a very narrow insurer, predominantly direct. We're now very strong on PCWs. We're now getting strong in partnerships, in bank assurance, in relationship deals. In commercial, we're growing very quickly in our broker segment. We're looking after, we've added hundreds upon hundreds of additional brokers to relationship brokers of Allianz. I want to keep going. My goal is 2,500 brokers in the UK. I'd like all of them, but we'll get as many of them as we can. And it's building those relationships, building those, it's working in partnership with each of those brokers in terms of a shared commitment to growth and a shared commitment to, how we make sure we deliver for their customers, But that also delivers for the broker and delivers for the insurer, and ensure that we get that consistency. And that's why we're continuing to make investment in client relationship management, in distribution, obviously in technical pricing, digitization, etc. So it's, look, I could sit here all day going through the list, and I always sit here and I go, and then I forget the jewels in the crown of Allianz, right? Our engineering business, inspection business, it's 100 years old.
Yes.
It's call out to them. It's a fantastic achievement, an utterly fantastic business. Then I look at our pet business and, Petplan, and you look at that business again, I believe it's the biggest pet insurance company in the world, not just in the UK.
Yeah.
An exceptional business, exceptionally well run by a whole team of people who are obsessed about their customers. And their customers have 4 legs and a tail in the main.
Yeah.
Fantastic businesses.
Absolutely. I agree. So looking ahead, what's the focus for the rest of the year? Can you give us any teasers?
Yeah, I mean, it's more the same, right? It's obviously we don't control the weather. That's God's job. So, God will do what God does, and we'll look after our customers. For me, the priority is very straightforward. It's our people.
Yes.
We've done our restructuring, so it's now focus on our people, those who are leaving and those who are staying. That's my primary goal for the second half of this year, as is my exco. Yeah. But it's also to keep delivering. We've got a lot of transformation coming through in the second half of this year, particularly in our commercial business. So you'll start seeing the ads on TV for Allianz Insurance, which is quite exciting. We did the stadium and it's been a great success, but now we need to, tell people, they know what Allianz is. We now need to explain to people who Allianz are.
Yes.
So we've got to take, and our broker partners will know us because they've always traded with us as Allianz. But we've now got to bring that into people's homes and ensure that they understand the culture and values that makes up what Allianz is, what we stand for. We have the highest net promoter scores in the UK. Our trust scores are off the charts. Our loyalty scores with our brokers. That's years and years and years and years of focus on what's important, which is our customers and brokers. And, we've got to make sure everybody knows who Allianz are, what Allianz stands for. Yes, we are the biggest insurance company in the world, or global leader in the world in insurance. Yeah, we are massive. But we're also local, and that's going to be a big piece of work for us this year. And and hopefully I'll be announcing, or Serge or Fong or Bella will be announcing some new deals, new partnerships that we're working on that we're very excited about. There's so much to look forward to, but the most important thing is look after our people, look after our best assets, which is our people, the people who are Allianz.